Hi, I'm Greg Alba, Reject Nation.
I am John Humphrey, Reject Nation.
John Humphrey, a.k.a. MV Vagina, from the movie Trivia Hoedown. Black Lightning.
Black Lightning.
This is a CW show. Now, here's what I heard, and I could be very much incorrect. If that's the case, go ahead, hate on me in the comments, because if I ask you not to, it'll just fuel you to do it more. Okay, it's a CW show, another superhero one, and it's supposedly its own separate thing. Whereas you got like Flash and Arrow and DC's Legends of Tomorrow. Those are all very much intertwined, and there's crossover episodes that we're not really expecting to get that much from Black Lightning, or it's just entirely its own thing.
Okay.
That's about as much as I know about the show. I know this is one of DC's first like major African American comic book characters. Yeah, you know, a little Google search goes a long way sometimes.
It does, doesn't it?
That's how a lot of YouTubers look like they know what they're talking about. I've revealed all their secrets.
That's how a lot of human beings look like they know what they're talking about.
A while ago, I did a video reaction to one of those major crossover episodes with all the shows from the CW.
Oh boy, was it good.
And I thought it was a really cool trailer, and I was telling them, like, I don't know why you guys wanted me to do this, because I got into a debate with these people on Twitter saying I don't want to do this because I don't watch the show. And then I watched this video and I'm like, this kind of makes me want to watch all the shows, and now I've been watching the shows. So like, that's like a month ago or something, and I'm now on I'm almost done with season 3 of Arrow. I finished season 2 of Flash, so once I'm done with whatever's available on Netflix on Arrow, I'm gonna move on to DC's Legends. My goal is to watch every superhero show by the end of this year. I want to be like fully caught up. That way, when 2018 rolls around, I can watch all of them. Even the new ones like Black Lightning. I'm gonna be caught up on all those by the end of the year. The one goal I know I could get done this year is watch more television. All right, enough beating around the tushy.
2005.
That was a great year.
Black Lightning was the savior who kept our streets and our schools safe.
Oh man.
He was hope personified. But he was also Jefferson Pierce, my father.
Take me
Whoa.
to the edge of what
That's a shot.
You've been on the streets fighting the 100 for years. Let someone else do it. Go save your father.
Baby, I promise. No more.
It's like our Unbreakable 2 story.
You two are all me and your mother now. I love you both.
He tried to keep his promise to my mother. Said that he saved more lives as the principal of Garfield High than he ever did as Black Lightning.
Fascinating.
But without Black Lightning,
cool.
violence in the streets by the 100 gang multiplied.
Our children are dying in these streets and no one cares.
The anger was just under the surface for all of us. The whole city was ready to explode. He could only bury who he really was for so long.
The city is getting more and more dangerous every moment. I'm just trying to keep you safe.
I'm loving this.
Excuse me?
This looks really cool.
I'm not afraid of the 100.
Yes, you should be.
Oh shit! Oh! I don't even know this character, but I'm excited. Whoa! Whoa!
Dang.
Now you just pissed me off.
Oh, she got powers too! Oh!
Sister, my mother, or the innocent in the city, you're gonna get lit up.
Whoa! Damn, the fights look...
Is that your car?
Yeah.
It was nice.
Hashtag Black Lightning's back.
Dang.
Sometimes I can come off a little overprotective.
Yes, you.
I love it. I love it. That was a delightful surprise.
So cool.
That was such a delightful surprise.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of this character. This is crazy. What a great trailer, though.
Yeah.
Great
man.
trailer.
That pulled me in. It was like tense. Like I wanted to keep watching it.
Yeah. I find it fascinating how with with like the recent releases of shows like Luke Cage and Cloak and Daggers from Marvel, and then we got this show, CW's like Black Superhero show.
Yeah.
Like all these shows are coming out now with African American leads. Damn, do they have like style in it? They got like style. But one thing I noticed, all their shows they got style and grit because they tend to take place in areas that are not the most well, they're not white privileged areas. but it brings like a certain style to it that has this like grit as well. And while some of the cinematography and stuff looks like, of course, similar to other CW shows, it definitely has its own distinct style of its own, and the characters look incredible. I'm really drawn to the characters.
In a nutshell, Gregory.
Yes, sir.
Been doing your homework, I understand. Can you describe to me in just a nutshell what the CW look is like?
It's more of like the lighting and the shots, especially this shot that they have at 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Like that's a shot that you would probably see in Arrow or Flash. Like
you feel like it's a show in that shot.
You feel like it's a show in that shot, yeah.
Because this and the one we just watched before this, in both of these,
Gifted, yeah.
The Gifted and this, I got that sense both times. There were some shots where I was like, wow, that looks like it's out of a movie, and then some shots where I was like, oh yeah, that's a TV show. This had like a dark. I almost feel like I would imagine they took that style, ramped it darker.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, the other shows, even like Arrow has a lot of dark elements in it for sure. Like it deals a lot with death and violence being a very big subject in that show. I don't know how to put it. I mean, it just feels like a much more grim reality of trying to do. I'm just really drawn to. I'm like. I'm having a hard time finding words for this. It's so cool.
Just because it swept you
yeah,
up.
I wasn't expecting. I like the CW shows. I love. I mean, I know watching them, end up loving them. I was just. I haven't been so taken aback by like I don't even know who this character is, but I'm really drawn to him. With the character of Jefferson Pierce, I've been drawn to. We did an Unbreakable 2 story idea, one that didn't have to do with Split at all. Because we did it before Split.
Yeah.
And I had a story once that I've told you about, which deals with a retired former vigilante who's trying to lead a normal life but then is brought back in. And I've always liked stories like that.
Yeah.
And I love seeing that element here, how it's not just an origin tale of this guy, Black Lightning. It's about him having to go back to that and bring it back. So I can imagine the scenarios when like Black Lightning's back. You know?
Yeah.
I love
Oh, yeah.
I love that stuff.
It led with the struggle and the stakes.
Yeah.
And like that, it was a perfect hook for me. Like I had no idea what this was. In fact, I saw Black Lightning and I was like, is this one of the other lanterns or something?
I like the starting point of it being a guy who was already tried being a vigilante but had to give it up.
Yeah.
Because he cared about his family and he had to protect his family.
Yeah, and that choice that seemed to read from this, and it made me wonder what the time frame of all this is.
Yeah.
Because they kind of give you this trailer is kind of the origins. Seems like it's the origin story for the show.
Yeah.
So it seems like if they want us to know this much, it can't be that much time's worth of the series. I feel like you could just jump into episode 1 right from that last thing we saw and just go from there.
And I love the reveal they had of his daughter developing powers too. That was actually a nice surprise to me. It wasn't like too much or distracting. You could tell like she's probably in support of her father doing the Black Lightning, being the vigilante, doing the justice stuff.
Yeah, doing the justice
The justice stuff, that's what I call the superhero things now, the justice stuff. Doing those things, and then I'm curious to see what her powers are like. I'm sure I could read about it online and find out what the hell it is, or pick up a comic book or something.
But you see it in this, and it does look like it's something different. Or at least you don't know if it's the same. That seems like it's a rich well to have two people at a different point in their powers now. Like, superhero stuff is established so much that we can just kind of have that conversation too. And like, again, that's where you can weave in cool, like, allegorical stuff, cool character content.
Oh, and another thing cool that I find really fascinating about it, the main character, Black Lightning, is an older dude. He's not a young hero in his 20s or something,
Yeah, because when the trailer started, I thought this was going to be about, like, oh, she's going to take up the mantle.
That's what I thought was
him.
going to, yeah.
And this show's going to be all about her. She's Black Lightning now, and then it totally took another turn. He does seem like an older guy, which is cool.
It's kind of refreshing. The character's a father, as opposed to what I've seen so far with all these other shows where there's a father character He's more of just the concerned character all the time. Like he's like a cop or something, and he's like always concerned about something.
Yeah.
It's to see he's the actual superhero, and the superhero powers look cool. The fight scenes looked awesome.
Yeah.
One thing that bothers me, like when I see shows like Iron Fist, or even it happens quite often in Arrow. Arrow's still filled with moments that are pretty cool. But even Arrow has it too, where there's fight scenes that happen and they like speed up the frame rate, and there's a lot of cutting
stuff to make it look cooler.
To look at cooler and edgier and fancier than what the actual choreography is.
Yeah,
you know? And the actual stunt work is. Here you can clearly see what's going on, and I didn't see like a bunch of crazy frame rate, crazy cutting, editing shit going on. Like it looked like some of the moves looked like, ooh, that looked like it hurt, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And it definitely didn't look like they were trying to cut around him a ton.
Yeah. I didn't necessarily grow up in like an inner city community like how a lot of these shows like Cloak and Daggers and now Black Lightning are showing us. But there's something that feels still more relatable about seeing a world like this. Even for someone like me, than opposed to like Starling City or Central City, you know?
Well, yeah, it feels like a different town, and I don't know, like another part of the thing I think works really well about these shows is the setting becomes a character, and I feel like you have to have kind of a character that's challenging like that. I think this is a good backdrop, and it is in this trailer like hearkening to images you might see on the news. It's really jumping you into that, and it looks like it's going to dive headfirst into the trouble of it all, you know? And I think that's a great idea.
It looks like the grittiest one the CW will probably have right now. I'm excited for this show so much. I can't wait to watch it. I'm genuinely really excited for this. By tomorrow, I'm going to be like, I could have, if I just watched the trailer and then did a review on it a day later, I would have had all my thoughts and words in order. I was just so taken aback. I wasn't expecting to love the trailer. That I was expecting to be like, oh, this looks cool.
Yeah.
I was going to be like, whoa, I'm out of words right now.
I had that same reaction like when you come out of a movie and you're like, oh, I don't want to shoot a review of this tonight.
Yeah.
I have to like crunch the numbers now.
Yeah. Gives you time to process this and how excited I am about this. Yeah.
It's a good time. Come on.
All right. Well, hey, thanks to everyone who kept commenting saying we got to check this trailer out because that was awesome. Yeah, it's not connected to the Arrowverse apparently, so
I don't have to watch
you don't have to watch a bunch of shows.
I can watch Arrow only if I want to watch Arrow.
You can subscribe to The Real Rejects, Dad John Humphrey on Instagram and Twitter. Click the notification bell here. He's also social media manager at Blumhouse.com. You can go check out our Patreon. We did a we did a Google Hangout. With a few patrons today, which was a total blast. Every time we say we're going to talk for 30 minutes, it turns to an hour and like 20. So we
can't keep anything short.
We talked for a long time. We just like to crack too many jokes with it. We got a bunch of exclusive perks on there. Just go check it out. It all goes to help support the channel, so go check it out, my friends.
If it floats your boat, help float the boat. I don't know what that means.